This is something that is really, really important in the world of trauma therapy and dealing with trauma, and a place where there is still such significant misunderstanding, I think, which is so much of the time when we talk about PTSD and those things where all we're describing is the state that you were so articulately describing, where I'm stuck in this. It's just reverberating through my system. The mistaken assessment of that therapeutically is that that's actually the feeling state reverberating. So logically, the worst thing you can do is go back to the feeling stuff. It's like there's so much of therapy still that says, no, that's just re-traumatizing. No, that's just going back. You want to get people out of that. They're feeling it all the time. That's the problem. That's such a misunderstanding. That's not really feeling it. When we're in that PTSD-like state, it's the stuff roiling, but we're distanced from it and dissociated from it, and it's completely driving our brain nuts. So we're thinking about it all the time, and there's nervous energy pouring out of us in the forms of anxiety and panic. But that's not feeling the feelings of the real wound. Those are two very different things. And so if we really can go back and allow ourselves the feelings that have always been sitting there around that certain wound, then we move to naturally a much better place on the other side. But if we mistake that when I'm feeling stuck and stuff's just reverberating all the time and my brain's thinking about it all the time and it just won't stop, and I'm feeling paralyzed with panic and all that, if we mistake that as I'm feeling the wound all the time, that's where things get stuck therapeutically. Is that's not what's happening. We aren't feeling any of the real wound. It's trying to get out, and we're feeling the effects of all of that energy trying to pour its way out of the cracks of our lives, and while we're continually trying to stuff it down. And that's where I think there's still a ton of big, huge therapeutic mistakes being made in the therapy world and in the trauma world, about what's really happening and what really needs to happen in order for people to feel better.